the situation that happened on the sideline with Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs. Okay, now Stefon Diggs, he had a little bit of an outburst on the sideline. Josh Allen, he didn't really say what he said on the sideline back to Stefon Diggs, but I'm sure it wasn't something that's going to greet him and make him happy. Okay, but when you're playing a big game, you're playing in front of your home fans, Damar Hamlin, his family, in a snowy, disgusting day with, 20 degrees or 19-degree weather. You're not going, and you're not winning, and you're not beating the team that everybody thought you were going to win, and everybody was talking about playing that playing game in Atlanta with the Kansas City Chiefs. And by the way, Joe Burrow had something to say after the game.
A lot of Bengals players had a lot to say. Go get those refunds, everybody. Zach Taylor was funny too in his press conference. He was like, "Oh, we're so sorry we know all the planning process we had to make, and we're sorry we had to throw a monkey wrench into it or something like that." He was funny as well.
And I respect Stefon Diggs. I really do. I respect him because he's got that that push, that love and affection for the game of football, and it drives a lot of players. It makes people love him. He really does. He embarrassed himself after the game. One, he stormed right off the field. He didn't even handshake anybody. He stormed off the field. He got dressed, and he walked out before the press could speak to him. And as a professional football player, one of the things that you get paid for, one of the things that you're supposed to do after the game is confront the press and talk about the game. And speak about the game. Even if you liked it, you hated it, it doesn't matter. You go out there and you speak. And he embarrassed himself. And the whole Josh Allen thing, Josh Allen said something very interesting. He said, when he spoke to the press, he says, he's a fierce competitor. That's pretty much what he said. He wants the ball. He wants to win. That's any wide receiver in this league. You don't think Jamar Chase wants to win? He wants the ball? You don't think T. Higgins wanted the ball? You don't think that Gabriel Davis wanted the ball? You don't think that Knox wanted the ball? Jamar Chase is a guy that has how many outbursts has Jamar Chase had this year before he got hurt and then after coming back? This is a guy that expects the ball every single time. Expects 100 catches every single year. Stefon Diggs, since he's gone to the Buffalo Bills, has had 100 catches a year. Has over 1,200 yards every single year. Almost 10 touchdowns every single year. Josh Allen gives him the ball. Josh Allen was feeding him the ball. It's windy. It's snowy. It's slippery. How about running a good route? Stefon Diggs did not play well. That Buffalo Bills team did not play well. That pass rush was inconsistent. And I don't want to hear it because they had 3 starting offensive linemen. The Bengals had 3 starting offensive linemen that were out. And they still shut down one of the best front sevens in football. Now, I don't think they were outcoached. I don't. Because we all know, everybody knows what we think about Zach on this show. But the Buffalo Bills, over the last couple, and maybe they're jinxed. Because in the 90s, they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, and they couldn't get over the hump.
The curse of Scott Norwood.
Okay? They couldn't get over the hump. Jim Kelly could never get over the hump. Jim Kelly is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks that never won. Dan Marino, another one.
Yeah, he's probably the best, for sure.
And now you're looking at Josh Allen. And you look at the Buffalo Bills are in the same predicament as the New York Jets. They really are. Because there are 2 teams fighting to win a Super Bowl. And the last 2 years, going into the season, the Buffalo Bills were the favorites of going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl this year. And then Josh Allen getting hurt in the Jets game, in the first Jets game. He started to play bad. Then he lost against Minnesota. And then everything started to fall apart for the Buffalo Bills. And they had to catch up. They winded up winning the division. They lost Damar Hamlin. Thank God he survived. And then going to the playoffs, they were kind of like crawling into the playoffs. The Bengals were the hottest team in football. They haven't lost since Halloween.